U.S. military to perform high-stakes tests that will infuriate Kim Jong-un. As the communist North Korean regime of dictator Kim Jong-un continues to test its illicit missile and nuclear programs, an increasing number of voices in America and around the globe are calling for future missiles to be shot out of the sky. According to an exclusive report from CNN, the U.S. military was preparing to conduct 2 high-stakes tests in May that would prove it has the ability to do so. While it is already established policy to try to shoot down a North Korean missile if it appears to be heading toward an actual target in the US or one of our allies in the region, such an action has yet to occur as all of the test missiles have ended up falling harmlessly into the sea. The first test in May will be of the improved ship-launched surface-to-air Standard missile, which has been developed in conjunction with Japan to guard against intermediate-range missiles, and will take place in the wide-open waters of the Pacific Ocean. The second test scheduled for May would be of ground-launched interceptor missiles based in Alaska and California that are designed to counter long-range intercontinental ballistic missiles, a decade-old program that has seen mixed results in prior testing. Separately, the UK Guardian reported that sources at the Pentagon had revealed that US military officers have been considering shooting down a North Korean test missile as a direct message to the rogue regime for the past few months, but have held off to wait for the right opportunity and weigh the potential consequences such a bold move. We are exploring a new range of diplomatic, security and economic measures and all options are on the table, Pentagon spokesman Gary Ross told The Guardian. North Korea's unlawful weapons programs represent a clear, grave threat to U.S. national security. North Korea openly states that its ballistic missiles are intended to deliver nuclear weapons to strike cities in the United States, the Republic of Korea and Japan. Experts worry, though, that shooting down a missile would involve 2 rather consequential risks. The first is that it could lead to an escalation in hostilities while provoking further action from Kim. The second is the risk of embarrassment if the interceptor should miss or fail to destroy the North Korean missile. That could provide Kim with a psychological advantage and embolden his regime, as well as other rivals and enemies, to act against the U.S. However, given North Korea's increased bravado in the face of U.S. military strength, such risks may soon be deemed worthy of testing with an attempt at a shoot-down of a missile. North Korea is banned from testing missiles by the UN. So in that sense we should be shooting all of them down, Robert Kelly, associate professor at Pusan National University in South Korea, told The Guardian. But instead, the world has turned a blind eye. I don't think it would be a bad idea to shoot down a test missile, as an attack on North Korea itself would be too provocative. It remained to be seen if the U.S. military will simply simulate shooting down a North Korean missile or actually go hot for real on the next test launch, which could come at any time. Please share this on Facebook and Twitter to help spread the word that the U.S. military appears to be preparing to shoot down a North Korean missile during a test launch. What do you think of the U.S. military shooting down a North Korean missile? Scroll down to comment below. Breaking: Trump signs bill that has every U.S. veteran cheering. Show your support. We finally have a president that is willing to support our veterans. Finally. As we all know, the Veterans Administration has been broken for years, thanks to 8 years of Obama. Fortunately, on Wednesday, President Trump signed a bill that allows veterans to sidestep the Veterans Administration and choose their own doctors. Vibrant Bart. Patriots, we should be rejoicing. Our veterans are finally being taken care of. This has been a long time coming. It's too bad that this didn't happen sooner, but we had Obama, who hated our veterans, in charge. Now, we can finally take care of our noble veterans. Remember, these are people who sacrificed so much to provide us with a safer country. The mainstream media want to cover this story. They are too busy trying to bury Trump as victories. They are too busy trying to paint Trump as a villain. The establishment sits idly by as the media attacks Trump. Where is the support from the rhinos? The answer is obvious. They hate that Trump has been so successful. The establishment doesn't want Trump to be victorious. Remember, these are the people that gave us John McCain, Paul Ryan, and Mitt Romney the three biggest failures to disgrace the conservative movement. The swamp is certainly pushing back against Trump. They will do anything to preserve themselves, and the media gives them a platform to complain. It is amazing that Trump has accomplished so much with aggressive enemies. I guess that is just a testament to how effective Donald Trump has been as a president. The establishment and the mainstream media will collude to try and paint Trump as a failure. We can rely on them to obtain the support of celebrities in their battle, but Trump will continue to push back. Trump will push back by pushing successful legislation, such as this most recent bill that helps veterans. It is only a matter of time before he repeals Obamacare and reforms the tax code. The media has tried to deceive us into believing that there is turmoil within the White House. However, there is no evidence that there is trouble brewing within the White House. Trump and his team have been too busy to argue with each other. The media needs to try a new narrative, because we aren't buying it. Trump's leadership results in 17-year record. Libs outraged. President Donald Trump has had an action-packed first few months. Trump has made very public efforts to follow through on his campaign promises, and there have been some very visible changes to America because of that. On the issue of immigration, Trump has taken many actions to keep his vow to drastically cut down illegal immigration, and Attorney General Jeff Sessions stated that his leadership style is working, Breitbart reported. In an interview with Fox News' Tucker Carlson that aired on Tuesday, Sessions explained that border crossings were at their lowest point in almost 2 decades, thanks to Trump. March was the lowest entrance of illegal immigrants in 17 years in this country, and that's Donald Trump's leadership, Sessions said. Sessions stated that while there has been a drastic reduction in border crossings, there is still a lot of work that needs to be done to decrease border crossings even more, and ensure that they stay down. Well, first, we're going to secure the border. We're going to build a wall. We're going to add more agents on the border. The numbers have already dropped dramatically, he explained. Sessions also used the interview to touch on the subject of MS-13, one of America's deadliest gangs, which gained some media attention following the brutal massacre of 4 people by a suspected MS-13 member in New York City last week. Stating that going after the gang would be hard, but not impossible, Sessions said that if law enforcement got serious about dealing with the gang, they could destroy it. Its 40 states have MS-13 members in them. We've got 10,000 now in the country, but I believe if we stay at it, we can devastate this organization, and that's going to be our goal, he stated. Sessions has made it clear that this is now the Trump era, and that law and order are the key words of the next 4 years. Trump's administration has already done an incredible amount to curb illegal immigration and make Americans safer. Naturally, liberal groups like the ACLU are critical of Trump keeping his word, but for Trump supporters, it's exactly the reason he was voted into office. Let's hope Trump, and his team, keep this momentum going. Share this on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what else you think Trump should do to curb illegal immigration. Poll: Trump wants prayer back in schools. Did you support? Finally, we have a president in office who cares about the Constitution. President Trump is committed to protecting our constitutional rights, including freedom of religion. President Trump has appointed Betsy DeVos as the Secretary of Education. DeVos is a devoted Christian, and she and her family have vowed to bring the church back as the central element of our community. Via Freedom Final Stand. Christians are continuously persecuted in the public education system. Our schools have been taken over by Christian-hating liberals who have worked tirelessly to remove any demonstration of faith from our schools. Degenerate liberals believe that everything wrong with the world is the result of white colonial history. As a result, they have grown to hate all Western values. The Constitution is at best an afterthought for contemporary liberals. They have no principles and will only evoke our founding document when it happens to suit their emotional needs. Whenever the Constitution is clearly against the desires of the progressives, they dismiss it as a racist document, completely ignoring the significance of the greatest document ever penned by man. Liberals love to hold Jefferson's declaration of the separation between church and state, yet they only ever consider the first half of the First Amendment. Liberals laud the Establishment Clause that the government cannot pass a law establishing any religion, yet they always forget the Free Exercise Clause blocking any law prohibiting free exercise of religion, such as prayer. As a result, we have seen the complete destruction of the right to free exercise in our public school systems, but only for Christians. Followers of the faith that founded this nation are blocked from exercising their faith, while the religions of those considered oppressed, such as Muslims, are taught openly in schools. Christians have had their rights denied at every turn in our schools. Students have been blocked from forming prayer groups outside of class time, and art depicting Christian devotion has been taken off of the walls. Yet, the 7 pillars of Islam are openly taught as a part of world history. Regardless of your religion or lack thereof, you deserve the right to practice your faith as you see fit, so long as no one is harmed in the process. We support President Trump and Betsy DeVos in their fight to protect the First Amendment. Kim Jong-un must be in full panic mode after seeing what Trump just ordered our troops to do. As tensions between the United States and North Korea remain high, one of the largest U.S. combat forces to go to Australia arrived Tuesday at the North Australian city of Darwin. About 1,250 Marines from the 3rd Battalion, 4th Marine Regiment from Camp Pendleton, California will be deployed in Australia for the next 6 months. They will be supported by 13 aircraft, 4 tilt-rotor Ospreys, 5 Super Cobra helicopters and 4 Huey helicopters. The aviation combat element is our most robust deployment to Darwin, said Lieutenant Colonel Brian Middleton, the unit's commander, saying it was also a tangible kind of sign of our commitment to the region and to this partnership. Middleton said his Marines will do whatever is necessary. Anytime a Marine force is forward deployed, we are always on standby for anything, he said. Reporters in Australia asked him specifically about North Korea. We stand ready to fight and win the night always, but certainly there has been no indications from anyone that we are more or less ready based on the conversations that are being had right now, he said. Middleton said that this year's deployment, which is part of a long-term commitment for increasingly larger-sized deployments, is significant. I think that the commitment that we've taken to put a task force here with a conversation to get larger over the years says that we do think this is an important region, Middleton said. Being close to Southeast Asia and the Indian Ocean, the Indo-Pacific position has always been important, he added. The agreement to deploy Marines was reached in 2011. Middleton said the large contingent of aircraft was planned before recent tensions with North Korea began to simmer. Regardless, I think it is just a good move any time we can strengthen the long-standing partnership and alliance between our two countries, he said. We look forward to getting down to the business of what this is really about. It's improving the relationship between Australia and America, and we look forward to exercising, training and increasing and improving the operability between our forces and other forces in the region. Australian officials have grown uneasy about recent North Korea's belligerence. North Korea is on a path to achieving nuclear weapons capability, and we believe Kim Jong-un has a clear ambition to develop an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of carrying a nuclear payload as far as the U.S. Said Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop. That would mean Australia would be in reach, so unless it is prevented from doing so, it will be a serious threat to the peace and stability of our region, and that is unacceptable, she added.